Mute, please.
Oh, it says meeting is now streaming live on YouTube.
Woo! Let's get it. Let's see what we got going on. All right, there's going to be a little bit of a delay, so I'm not going to watch the live. Okay,
Should we
we're
be
on.
watching the live or should we be on watching the Zoom?
Don't watch the live because there's going to be a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
Okay.
Easy.
So, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Zombies coming in. Welcome everybody. We are here right now. We have the Zombies. This is, I want to say, a happy, blissful, anniversary, a New Year's, as we are celebrating the spring equinox. So hello everyone. Hello, come on in. Okay. Okay. So we wanted to come in today to extend this amazing courtesy to our YouTube family, and also, you know, give you a wonderful, happy New Year's. We do have a special guest on today. Today, we are utilizing the energies of the spring equinox, which is our New Year's, the day when we begin putting down our seedlings and starting the New Year's with placing our seeds in the ground and, you know, preparing for harvest and fall. So with this energy of the equinox, we wanted to take the opportunity to do the things that most would be desirable and most fruitful for such a beautiful and healthy yielding of energies for ourselves and for our crops and for our family. And I have an amazing, amazing woman. Many of you know her from Zumbi. Others, you may have heard of her. She's like a, you know, like that wonderful person that you've heard us speak about over the last 2 or 3 years. We have Marcia D coming in to assist with us to clear the waterways globally. We're going to take this opportunity to clear the space for the water in our entire country. We're going to clear the lakes, the streams, the oceans, and we're going to go through a process of doming. So I'm going to ask during this process, if you would like to join us to assist with doming the entirety of the waterways so that we can clear and cleanse so that we may harvest a beautiful crop, or you know, we can harvest the beautiful energies within ourselves and our families. So Marcia D, if you don't mind, I'm going to introduce you. Marcia D is an amazing healer, to some of us, a therapist. She is a beautiful woman, mind, body, and spirit. She's been on this path for a long, long time, well before I even came to this sector. She's well vetted in this arena, and doming is her specialty. She is the one who taught me to utilize my verbiage without utilizing negations in the way that I would create mantras. She also knows that by healing something, you place it into a higher frequency, and if it isn't matching, it will just clear and cleanse and emit that which isn't in the same vibratory frequency. You know, I can't say it like Marcia D. So hopefully you can hear me, and I'm going to introduce Marcia D. So Marcia D, come on in. You're better vetted to speak on this behalf, and I'll let you have the floor.
Well, thank you, Fleur. I'm sorry that I'm headless, but that has to be. But I just want to make sure that everyone has a bottle of water, or even better, a pitcher of water, because our bodies are made up of 84% or more water. We're just basically big, giant walking pitchers of water, and everything that happens in our body happens with the water. The water brings the energy, the nutrients, the information. It's one of the most precious elements on earth, and we cannot live without it. And so it's been shown that water will structure itself according to the energy that is around it. And if your energy is high frequency, meaning your emotions are in the high frequency emotional band, like starting with contentment, and then happiness and joy, and all the way up to bliss, you can structure the water that you're going to drink and put into your body in that high frequency. If you are in a bad mood, this is probably not a good thing to do, to input your water at that time. But we're going to get to our higher frequencies, and then we're going to input our water, and the water that exists everywhere. Water is not only in the streams and the rivers and the lakes and the oceans, it's also in the clouds and the raindrops and the dew, and it's also in the air that we breathe. Air can be made up with as much as 5% water vapor. So imagine that we can input the high frequencies of love and joy and happiness into the water, and into the water that we drink, and into the water that will come down as rain on our Mother Earth, and the plants and the food we're going to eat, and the air that we breathe in. It's very, very important, and it's very, very exciting to be able to do this. So make sure that you have a jar or a bottle of water. And are you ready? Is everybody ready? Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I want you to recall a time when you were very happy. Could have been the birth of a child, or graduation, or your wedding, or any time, just a beautiful day, just an exceptionally beautiful day. Anything that brings that feeling of happiness in you, and you can feel it when it happens. And or if you can't think of anything to be happy about, think of something that you're grateful for, like your life, your health, your family, your friend, your loved ones. So with either the feeling of gratitude or the feeling of happiness and joy, close your eyes and focus on that feeling of happiness, that feeling of contentment, of love, of joy, and see it in your heart area. See it as a light of energy just growing and growing in your heart, and stay with the feeling until you can recall the event or the thing that you are grateful for, and you can recall it with all your senses. You can see the moment, you can hear everything you heard, you can taste it, you can feel that energy building inside you, inside the heart area. And now we're going to see it as this beautiful white misty light, like a big ball of light coming out of our chest and going down into this water. And you see it surround the bottle like a dome, just a dome of white light, and all of the water. Now, every drop of water in here is aligning to that high frequency of love or joy or gratitude. And it will restructure itself to reflect that. And then we take this water that's all full of high frequency, and we send it out to all the water everywhere. We send it to the water in the clouds that will become the raindrops. We send it to the water in the earth, in the soil. We send it to the water in the streams and the rivers and the lakes and the oceans. See it, really see that beautiful white light, misty white light going into the rivers and the streams and the oceans, going up to the clouds. See it in the air that's coming towards you, because air has water in it, water vapors. See that water structuring into beautiful snowflake drops of water, of joy and love and gratitude. And then we give thanks to the water everywhere. Every drop of water that exists, we are so grateful for you. And we are especially grateful for the water that is coming to us, that will come to our homes and our family and our pets and our loved ones and our food. See that wonderful, beautiful, high frequency water permeating everything, and give thanks. Give such gratitude. And when you can feel it, then you send it out like a ball of white light, and it just softly, gently falls all around us, all around the earth, into all the streams and the rivers, up into the clouds, the snow on the tops of the mountains, everywhere. Can you feel the water just tingling, just vibrating with high, wonderful frequency of love and joy and gratitude? And then you say, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then you take
Thank you.
the water. I can taste it. I can taste the happiness.
Oh, wow. It's soft.
It's very soft, isn't it?
It's very soft.
Yes, yes.
And smooth.
And that's it. And I do that every day. I don't send it out to every like this. I just, whenever I take a drink, I say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I drink.
Woo, powerful. Does everyone taste that beautiful goddess frequency elixir?
Sweetness. Sweetness.
Yes.
It is absolutely, it's amazing. I think the collective, we did it together. It tastes so different than how it tasted
Yes.
previous to us doing that.
Very smooth.
We today utilized this amazing dome that Marcia D has gifted us with, and we have cleared and cleansed not only the waters within our own realm, but the waters globally that are going to now be able to be higher in frequency and healing and clear itself from anything that may have inundated itself in a lower way. Oh, it's such a beautiful time. Hello, everyone. So what do you feel, Marcia, about this level of doming? Can you explain what this doming is for those who it's the first time having encountered this method of clearing and cleansing?
Well, the doming is literally you setting your frequency as high as you can. And typically for humans, that's the frequency of love, of joy, of bliss, of happiness, even contentment, even appreciation. Like you see a beautiful tree or a beautiful sky and you feel that swelling within the heart area. Or you look at your children or your pets and your heart just swells. That swelling is the higher frequency elevating inside you. And if you could see the energy, it looks like a white mist. And when we generate that energy and then direct it deliberately to a person or a place or a cloud or the earth, we can literally send that energy just like a phone call. We can just direct it to that person, place, or thing. And when you do this for someone that you love, you're thinking of them, or someone you know needs an extra boost of high energy, you always want to see them in your mind and then send that ball of light and put it over their head. And if you like the person, you see them standing with both feet on the ground, and then you release the ball of energy, and it falls all around them like a beautiful dome of light while their feet are on the ground. They're connected to the earth, and they're surrounded by the beautiful white light. If you don't like the person, you see them standing there, but their feet are not on the ground. And what happens is you put the dome of white light, you put the ball of white light over their head, and when it falls around them and encases them like an egg. And if they are of a low frequency, it will elevate their frequency. But if they're of a really truly evil frequency, it just neutralizes them, just debilitates them, because low frequency and high frequency energy cannot coexist in the same space. They never blend. You're either in one frequency or the other. And if a person is truly low frequency, the higher frequency will entrain them. But if they're truly evil, it will just cut, it's just like pouring water on the Wicked Witch of the West. It just, I'm melting, like that. Yes, but most importantly, what it does is it elevates, just the process elevates your own personal, the frequency of your personal energy field, that 3-foot diameter space around us. It elevates your frequency. And if they are low frequency, it's just like it disengages you from them. It removes them from your field. So it's
Absolutely.
a win-win. It's a win-win, and you do not incur any bad karma, because as everyone knows, you cannot affect another immortal spiritual being without their consent. So, but we're not doing anything except sending them love. And if they're low frequency and it neutralizes them, debilitates them like the Wicked Witch of the West, we didn't do anything. We didn't incur any karma. We just sent them love. You see, that's really important, because you do not want to be incurring any more karma at this time. You want to be burning the karma you have, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So that's egging and doming. If you have someone you know and love and they need some light, they could be around the other side of the world, and you just put them in your mind and you send them that ball of light, have their feet on the ground, and it falls around them like a dome of high frequency white light. If you don't like them, keep their feet off the ground and just encases them like an egg. Yes.
And we have testimonies with this, Marcia D and quite a few of the other Zumbies, how this may have worked. I'm going to ask if any of the Zumbies want to testify on this behalf. Some of the OG Zumbies who've been here for a while. Do any of you? I'll share my experience if anyone wants.
You have the best. You have the best.
So I'll share that when Marcia taught this to us a while ago. We've been doing this since many of you know that our Zoom began with the pandemic, and we came together collectively for comfort, for friendship, for camaraderie at a time where most of us were unsure of where this pandemic would bring us. And we were able to be together almost I think most of us have been together every day, if not on Zoom. I mean, it's been like every day for almost 2 years, give or take a couple of days in between. And Marcia, during this process, had taught us amazing way to clear someone if you are having trouble with them, or, what you deem difficult, or the relationship is unhealthy and to dome them, like she said, without incurring any karma. So I decided, many of you know about my Nazi that I speak about so disparagingly for many years on YouTube. And with a little bit of hesitancy, but knowing my friend Marcia is well vetted in her field, I took a chance and I decided to dome my ex-husband and encase him in a dome. I think I put him totally in because I didn't like him at the time.
You egged him. You didn't dome.
I egged him. I didn't dome him. I egged him. Yeah, I totally was like, you know what, Father Freaker, you take it like that. And we all witnessed what happened after that. Directly after that happened, that man did not know what we did, but energetically, his spirit knew something was up, and he flew up here out of the blue. He got on a plane and came to Orlando and attempted to make right so many wrongs and to acknowledge the pain and the disappointment that he instituted to me and his family.
Which
and
was a complete change in character and behavior for him. That was a 180-degree turn.
Absolutely. And also he attempted to, he actually has been in therapy and has done a multitude of things that are well beyond him ever since I took the advice and under the tutelage of Marcia D and egged him. And to this day, this man is my friend. And though in times I would have thought to put, markers on him to, darkness and curse him. And, I had never thought that if you put someone into light or into high golden frequency or place them into illumination, that it literally not only negates the darkness, but actually can heal and neutralize that darkest or that low frequency. So that's my testimony. I mean, it was even now I'm in awe that something what seems so simple works so phenomenally, and it's still working till now, along with Sue. Anyone else have a testimony of the doming or the egging in Zoom?
Well,
I can't see you. Oh, wait. You can unmute. I can't see you, Zoom base, because I'm on another field. So I can't see if you raise your hand, but if you have a testimony, you can kind of speak to it.
I can tell you that my mail carrier, my postal carrier, came to my door one day and she was just a mess. She was like, my boss is such an and I said, well, really? Would you like to get rid of him? And she said, oh my gosh, I would. So I told her about the egging, and she looked at me like I was, crazy and everything, but she was so desperate. She tried it, but she went back to the office and told her coworker about that she was going to egg him. And the coworker said, oh, me too, me too. So they did it together. And that was on a Friday. And when they came into work on Monday, he was gone. He had been transferred to a different department.
Wow.
And she came to me and she's like, did I do that? And I said, yes, you did.
Absolutely.
I had worked there for like 8 years, and all of a sudden, boom, 48 hours and he was gone. Yes. And I knew it would work because a coworker of mine and I had, when I first came up with this, we were working with this woman that was just so unpleasant, it just ruining an otherwise great gig, and so I said, okay, let's do this. Every time she does something that triggers us, let's just go very quiet, go to the egg, the light, just surround her in an egg of white light. And the next day, she came to work, but then was sick and had to go home. And then the following day, she didn't come in at all. She was sick. And then after that, she was fired about 3 weeks later. and everyone was happy. She was fine. And I was thinking, geez, did I do that? And
Absolutely.
because she'd been there for 20 years and all of a sudden she was gone. And that's why I say, if someone is truly, if they're the kind of person that feeds off of your negative reaction to them, like they love to provoke you, or because they're feeding on the attention and the negative unpleasantness that you're experiencing, and you cut them off from that, it's like I said, it's like pouring water on the Wicked Witch of the West. They're just
Absolutely.
on. Yes, they're completely disempowered. Yes.
And as you see, this doming and egging process actually alleviates and clears and cleanses in a quantum universal way that allows for what is for your greatest and highest good to show up without you doing something that would challenge or compromise your integrity or your frequency. And that's what's so amazing about it. And it's so, you can pay $1 million to go and try to fix something, but this is free, it's easy, and it works. It works. It's odd, but this is why you won't ever be taught this in any of these, a lot of these arenas, because a lot of people would lose their jobs if this is what they're meant to teach you, how to clear yourself and how you clear those around you. And there's other stories of people who have actually experienced amazing results from doming and egging people.
I can.
So,
Could you?
Oh,
sorry,
oh,
I was
yes,
going to say
yes.
I can testify to my
Yes.
story. It's kind of generic, but I'll just go ahead and explain. I was going
Yes.
through a lot of turmoil at my previous workplace, even though I was working remotely, and I went ahead and egged, because that was the energy I was feeling. I egged every single person at the previous workplace that I was dealing with, and nothing really monumental happened, but they left me alone. They just stopped calling. There was no contact, and that was so much better for me.
Absolutely. What? So wonderful. You see, and it was such a very low key, but something that could be seen and felt, but it wasn't extreme.
Yes.
It just left you in peace.
Yes.
So,
Yes. It also, while you're in the process, you are elevating your own frequency and the frequency of your personal energy field, which means, simple law of attraction, low frequencies can no longer attract to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
very
what,
true.
yeah.
absolutely.
Can I ask a little bit of the detail again? I had to put my little one to sleep on how you go about it.
How you go about it? Oh,
Yeah.
I recommend that
I lost
people.
headphones.
What am I on or off?
You're still on, Marsha D.
Okay, I recommend that you just sit down and take a minute and get a piece of paper and pencil and write down your happiest moments, your favoritist times. I know favoritist isn't a word, but I like it. Your favoritist times are the things that bring you joy or peace or contentment, love, like I said, looking at your loved ones or your artwork you've created, anything that gets you to that wonderful high frequency of love or appreciation or joy. And when you do that, you have elevated yourself. It's a benefit to you. And in doing so, it's like a win-win situation. That your loved ones that need doming, they need a boost of powerful white light energy. They benefit, you benefit. The ones that you egg, if they're not truly evil, like your Nazi was not truly evil, he just needed to be elevated, and then he was fine. But I've done it to people I knew to be truly evil and feeding off of the misery of others, and just took them right. They were just gone from my experience. Gone. Yeah. So it's a win-win situation all around.
Okay, sorry, I lost you guys for a moment. Apologize about that. So I wanted to gift everyone with an amazing, Master Umi had shared this with us previously and I changed it. And I thought it's so suitable to do a clearing prayer at the same time. I don't think, Marcia, you heard this. It's really beautiful and it's in alignment with what we have just done globally with the water and transmuting the water and raising the frequency planetarily. If everyone would like to lift it, this will be my gift to everyone on this amazing New Year's Day. It's a clearing prayer. It's absolutely beautiful. And it is basically placing everything in the golden violet light. And it goes on the same premise that the egging and doming do, in that it pulls everything that is what you deem, notice I say deem to be negative, because usually something that challenges you actually is an invitation to level you up. That's what I've learned in this time on life, you know? So if this is okay, Zombies, this is okay with you. Most of the Zombies know, I think, Marcia, this is new to you. So you can see how you like the prayer, Marcia. I'd love your opinion. And I'll start off.
Yeah, this is good. I
Perfect.
accept.
This is a prayer of pure golden violet light. As I focus on my heart space with pure intent and desire for my sacred cleansing, I sit quietly, meditate, and repeat these words. This is my desire and intent for my sacred cleansing. I release all my past life into the pure golden violet light. I release all my future into the pure golden violet light. I release all my negatives into the pure golden violet light. I release all my fears into the pure golden violet light. I release all my relationships into the pure golden violet light. I release all my desires into the pure golden violet light. I release all my shame into the pure golden violet light. I release all anger into the pure golden violet light. I release my heartaches into the pure golden violet light. I release my tears of rejection into the pure golden violet light. I release my insecurities into the pure golden violet light. I release all my excess weight into the pure golden violet light. I release all my self-sabotaging into the pure golden violet light. I release all my self-images into the pure golden violet light. I release all that attack and hate me into the pure golden violet light. I release all friends and family into the pure golden violet light. I release all my enemies into the pure golden violet light. I release the men that I love and that love me into the pure golden violet light. I release all pain and disabilities from my children into the pure golden violet light. I release sexual hurt and pain into the pure golden violet light. I release being rejected and betrayed into the pure golden violet light. I release all my opinions about others into the pure golden violet light. I release all my opinions about sex into the pure golden violet light. I release all my opinions about money into the pure golden violet light. I release all my opinions about aging into the pure golden violet light. I release all my judgments into the pure golden violet light. I release all my pain into the pure golden violet light. I release all my suffering into the pure golden violet light. Excuse me. I release all my guilt into the pure golden violet light. I release all my diseases into the pure golden violet light. I release all negative energies inside and into the pure golden violet light. I release all hurt I have caused others into the pure golden violet light. I release all hurt I release all my hatred for myself and others into the pure golden violet light. I release all my jealousy of any kind into the pure golden violet light. I release all that I have used, in particular power, money, people, animals, and anything not mentioned here into the pure golden violet light. Excuse me. I release all hurt I have caused myself into the pure golden violet light. I release all thefts I've committed into the pure golden violet light. I release all murders of any kind and any times on any realms or any dimension into the pure golden violet light. I release any type of molestation of any type, any kind, any time, and any realm into the pure golden violet light. I release all stagnated negative energies of any of my chakras into the pure golden violet light. I release all lies I've spoken in secret or out loud into the pure golden violet light. I release all gossip that I have spoken about myself or others into the pure golden violet light. I release all soul contracts I have made with anyone at any time, in any dimension, on any realm, under any circumstances, for any reason, into the pure golden violet light. I release all thoughts, words, actions, creations not in alignment with my divine love blueprint into the pure golden violet light. I release all governmental control over me into the pure golden violet light. I release any and all physical restrictions on my ability to be the greatest into the pure golden violet light. I release all bio and nano and energy weapons used against me or my family or loved ones into the pure golden violet light. I now become silent and take deep breaths, breathing in the pure light of purification as I allow the cleansing prana to move inside of me and all around me, cleansing every cell in and around my being. I call upon my healing and protective ancestors, guides, guardians, galactic family, and all the high galactic, interdimensional, subterranean hosts of healing and protective guides to come to me, touch me, and penetrate me, being with pure love energy. I breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. I am a radiant sphere of pure light creating good. I radiate pure light from my light center throughout my entire being. I radiate pure light from my light center to everyone. I radiate pure light from my light center to everything. I am a bubble of pure golden violet light. Pure golden violet light can come to me. Only pure golden violet light can be here. Only pure golden violet light can come from me because pure golden violet light is what I am. Infinite gratitude, source for everything, everyone, and for me. And now I move through days ahead. I keep the pure golden violet light within me, shining bright as I am the resurrection of life and of myself. May all the highest vibrational ancestors, galactic and terrestrial, of the highest benevolent source, continuously surround and protect me for the rest of existence, wherever I may be at all times. May all sentient beings be blissed in the now moment, and may all arise further into our true awakening as ascended masters of light. I am forever grateful and full of gratitude for the gift of the golden violet love. I am forever grateful to the beautiful souls who are assisting me at this moment, whoever and wherever they may be. Glory be to the most divine high. Glory be to the high benevolent councils. Glory be to the guides and guardians of pure light. Glory be to the divine feminine. I speak this with love and the deepest gratitude from my sacred heart center. It is done. It is done. It is done. I hope that was helpful.
Oh, man. Wow.
Amen.
Woo.
Yeah, amen.
That was beautiful.
Oh,
Very beautiful.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I love it, love it, love it.
So 'tis so be it.
And so be it.
Wonderful. what a wonderful, wonderful New Year's. I wouldn't have wanted to spend it with anyone other than you all. I want to say I'm really grateful, and I really emit the greatest feeling of gratitude for having met such amazing people, beings, that many of you have known in many lifetimes. And I'm really grateful to embark on this journey with each one of you, from our Zombies to our YouTubers. It's been such an amazing experience. And though we may be seeing things in our environment that are less than, illuminating.
Desirable, yeah.
Yeah. I really think that sometimes we have to experience or at least witness things in order to make changes. And I think I'm grateful for those things to be illuminated so that we had the chance and the opportunity and the incentive to meet up together to be the change we wanted to see in the world. So I thank everyone, especially on this New Year's, for joining on this day.
First day of the rest of our life.
Let's take a sip of water, everybody.
Take a sip of water.
Take a sip of the water. Let's take a sip of our gratitude water.
And say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Because we don't get a chance to do this on YouTube, I told Marsha D I would love to have her. Marsha D is, like myself, the most banned. Actually, she outranks me, if y'all could believe that. Marsha D is probably the most banned person on YouTube. So I am grateful, and I feel really blessed and really privileged to have an amazing being who is speaking so much truth that there is a need or a necessity for the dark Kabbalists to try to shut her down. But just like the universe has all different avenues for expression of truth, especially in this quantum field, Marsha D is here. She will always be spoken. She will always speak out, and she will always find a way to illuminate those who are in need and help and require her wisdom and assistance. So Marsha D, what do you have to say to the people of YouTube? Because again, you're like the vigilante of YouTube. They don't know this yet, but they may learn.
I'm trying to keep the low profile here. I'm just so excited to be on planet at this time. This is if you're here now, let me say congratulations, because you got here, you got yourself here for an amazing event, an amazing opportunity. And Fleur has brought us together and given us a platform to speak and ask questions and share information, because Fleur, for those of you who know her, is fearless. She is fearless, yes. And they come after her, and like they come after me, and she's just braver than I am. She puts it out on YouTube, and I'm just so grateful because I am at the amount of collective wisdom that she has surrounded herself with and attracted. We're all elevating. We are all elevating, and it's like wherever two or more are gathered, the energy, the light is there, and we just need to learn how to use it for the good. To counteract, basically to pull ourselves out of the low frequencies that we're being bombarded with. And Fleur has given us a place to come together and speak our theories and our facts and our truths that we know, and learn. I've been at this for 50 years, and I still learn something every time I go on Zoom or every time I watch Fleur. So right back at you, sweet sea star. You're an amazing, amazing creature. And I knew that the moment I saw you, I said, that woman.
Hold on one second. I think we have someone who's not muted. Can the Zumbi who's not muted, can we find out who's not muted? I'm sorry, Zumbi. You have a little loving voice, even though I love the sound of a baby. I think we have at the smallest Zumbi possible. Do you hear that precious voice? No. Do we hear it? Okay. I want to thank you, like I said, and I want to give others the opportunity. You can get a taste of our Zumbies. As you see, we have some of the most incredible women here who join in leveling up every time we get together. That's why we call ourselves the Zumbies, because we basically don't get sleep. We are up sometimes 24, 48 hours of constant leveling up and coming into higher fields of awareness that our sleep doesn't matter anymore. We are just, you know, getting to high forms of quantum wisdom, where we're able to pierce through truths that normally, if we weren't together, we wouldn't be able to access those codes. So I gotta thank the Zoomies, especially Marsha D. They come up all the time. Melissa, who's always on point with all of the the shares on, who I don't think is here on, is also, I gotta give the thanks to, and shout out to the ones who really make it amazing. Paris, who comes on, Cubby, some of our OGs that are always constantly on, you know, who always make it a point to show up and, you know, share in their wisdom, and also, you know, lend a shoulder to those who are in need. So I want to thank those who come on, especially our more beaded, obviously Alicia, who is our political analyst, who comes on here sharing the madness in the matrix from a very political standpoint, as only she can. As only she can. So I wanted to give an opportunity before we get off here. We're going to go back to our Zoom night. You know, this is what we do. We're going to go back to talking probably unappropriate. No, we'll be appropriate for now. We were inappropriate a little earlier.
We get a little saucy. We get a little saucy.
If anybody would like to come into Zoom, we're going to allow you to come in. If you want to talk, ask a question to Marsha D or myself. This is New Year's. We're breaking the rules. So if I can get one of the C stars who's on the chat, can you share the link to the Zoom for me if you don't mind?
I got it.
Thank you, my love. Melissa on it, the fellow New Yorker. She's always in it to win it. She's always on point. I think on a ship, on a Mother Hubbard ship, you're like the person who takes care of all the administrations. Like, she gets everything done. Everything that we need to know about, Melissa's on it. So thank you,
And the
Melissa.
greeting committee. I'm the welcome
that's right.
committee.
That's right. She's the welcome committee. So when you come into HR, you got to go through Melissa.
And you better have your paperwork done.
Absolutely. So let's see. Let me go to my Zoom. Hopefully it stays on. Hold on. I'm going to have to go to my other page because I don't know how to let them in from here. I did put a blockage on. Hold on. I'm going to let you in when you come in. If you want to have a question to Marsha D or myself or any of the other Zoomies. I hear it. Hold on.
Are you shut off the YouTube now?
I didn't. No, is it still? It's still on, right? Melissa, are you there?
Just wanted to remind everybody.
Yes.
This is the inputting your water it's a daily thing. If you want to have the high frequency water throughout your body, you just, every time you get your water, hold it to your chest and say thank you for coming to me, because this water came specifically to me. It comes specifically to you, and it's a wonderful, living, loving being thing, and it relishes appreciation and gratitude and love. And so every time you get your water, hold it to your chest, say thank you 3 times, and then input whatever you want: happiness, joy, love, and then drink and share.
Perfect. I love that. Hold on, I'm letting some of our C-stars. And as you come in, C-stars, just if you can put it on mute, and if you raise your hand, if you have a question to myself, Marsha D, or any of the other Zoomies. There's other Zoomies here are quite vetted in their arena. This is New Year's. Let's really get it in, okay? So come on in. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get everyone in. Let me see the hands that are up. Okay.
And if you want to learn more about water and where all this amazing understanding of it comes from, look on YouTube for Dr. Masaru Emoto. And there's a lot of videos about his work with water, because he's the brilliant, wonderful man that brought us this understanding and awareness of water that we just never had before.
Absolutely. Okay, so we have some new Zoom, those who are joining the Zoomies. Hello there, hello. So if you have a question, raise your hand. If you've not done Zoom before, all you have to do is raise your hand. I'll call on you and you can ask us any questions. Be respectful. Just know that there's a lot of moms, as well as only ask us what you think is appropriate. It is not past 12 o'clock yet, so we can't go too far here on Zoom. We save that for our private arena. Whatever happens on Zoom stays in Zoom, right? So we hope. All right, so we have some new people joining our arena on our Mother Hubbership. We're transporting people up from YouTube and we're transporting us to Zoom. This is amazing. Come on in. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Come
there's
on
a
in.
lot.
Look at this, amazing. Come on in, sea stars and sun stars. All right, so who has questions? Raise your hand. I see a hand up already. Hold on, let me see who that is. Hold on. Let's see.
Well, do they know how to raise the hand thing on?
I think so. Yeah, I think some do. I think
Show you. This is what you find, this little thing, and you click on it, and it shows your hand being.
see hands up. Okay, let's see whose hands are up. Okay, Rhonda, we have our guest Rhonda. Rhonda, come on in, Rhonda. You got us on here you're on the Mother Hubbership. I hope the ride was nice and smooth. Go ahead, get it in.
Hi, Fleur. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Rhonda.
I have a hi. Let's see if I can ask this question properly. So I wonder, the avatar that we have at this particular time, right? Is this the avatar that we first appeared on this planet with? I'm just asking because of what's going on at this time, or is it just whatever you chose or whatever was, however it works? Does
Do you
that
want to
question
address?
make sense?
Yes, it does actually.
Okay.
Would you like me to, Marcia? Would you like to answer that? Would you like me to hit that?
I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. What's the question?
She's asking if this avatar that we have right now is the avatar that we had when we initially entered into the Earth space, the Earth realm.
Oh yeah, you take that one, Fleur.
Okay. To my knowledge, remember, we can't really vet this out. This would be based on my opinion from what I think I know. And let me just ask everyone, if you come into the Zoom, I just ask that you mute yourself so that we don't have any back feed into it. Okay. As far as I know, we come into an avatar that we choose to come to what's available for us to choose. I have to say that what's available for us to choose at the time of incarnation. You will generally choose a family or a genetic pool that will allot you to do what work or what contracts you want to fulfill to up level you. So you may look like a melanated woman now, but you could have came in originally when we were incarnating on this planet as a lunar female or as an Asian male or an Asian female, or you could have come in one of the indigenous groups. You would have chosen that as a way to raise your frequency and to satisfy contracts that allow for you to gain the wisdom in order to make it to ascension incarnations later when we go through reset. Does that kind of answer your question? I don't know.
Excuse me, so by avatar, she means physical body?
Yes.
Okay.
Caesar?
Thank you. That's enough. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That's great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rhonda. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me take in the other CISOs. Hold on. Let's go to our other hands that are raised. I'm a little slow here. Any other hands that are raised? Aren't there any hands?
No
If you
raised
have
hands.
No raised hands. Don't be shy.
They may not know how to get.
For other hands that are raised. We don't bite on this Mother Hubbard ship. We behave ourselves on this ship, at least for now. Okay. Anyone have any questions or comments?
I think you have
Yeah.
to tell them how to do it on Zoom. If they're not familiar with Zoom, they
Okay.
no, and it's down there. It was, what's that word? I can't read it.
It's reactions. So if you see reactions, and then you
Ah.
click on that, and then you can just click on raise hand.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, I see there's a hand raised already. Let's just see. Just raise that hand. I can't see everyone right away, so I'm trying to look for another position. Where are my raised hands? Did someone just raise their hand? No? No? Okay.
Jeanette's iPhone has a raised hand.
Okay, okay. There we go. Thank you. Janae has a raised hand, you said? Yes. Come on in, C-Star.
She might be on mute.
Push unmute so you can talk to us. If not, Rebecca, can you come on in?
Hello? Hi.
Hello, hello. Hey, C-Star.
Hi. My
How are
name-
you?
I'm Rebecca. I'm fine. Thank you so much. I've been looking, I've been following you for a few months now, and amazed with the information that you share. And I think I sent you an email at one time. But I just what you said just now. So I'm Native American, or Indigenous, as you call us, Blackfoot from Canada.
Woo!
And-
Big up to the
yeah.
Blackfoot. Yes, yes. You're kin to my daughters, as
Oh,
they're mixed
wow.
with the Cherokee and Blackfoot. You guys are cousins to the Cherokee. Welcome,
Oh,
C-Star.
wow, wow. Okay, so I'm really, like, I don't want to use the word overwhelmed, but that's a word that's coming to me right now. But with all the information that you have, and I'm trying to find my place in all this. And so, like, where do we come from? I just, like you said, we come in as an avatar, but yeah, that it's really deep, and I'm just trying to figure out, okay, and like in our way, in our Blackfoot ways, we still have some of our really ancient ceremonies. And so I've been looking back into the history, trying to figure out, and we have a lot of our legends that say we come from the stars. Our ceremonies, our medicine pipe bundles are given to us from Creator, but it's always through a cosmic event, where these ceremonies are given to us. So I'm just trying to learn more about all, you're talking about, I don't know if it's appropriate to say ETs or,
Yes, of course. Yes, you can say whatever you like. You can
Right.
you can identify them or you or your ancestors, however you feel is comfortable.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out is, well, as Indigenous people, where do we, like, because we, our legends tell us we come from the stars, but then you're talking about Neurobrians, is it?
Subaru.
Nawap, oh, you're talking about the the Niberians,
Yes.
and Anunnaki?
Yes. So that really caught my attention. I thought, well, how do we know, we're, if we're part of this group or what? So that's my question in a roundabout way. Yeah.
Well, the best way that I think I could kind of give you a little reprieve is many different tribes come from many different arenas galactically, just like we live on this earth plane, and many different backgrounds come from, we all come from different geographical ley lines that our ancestors were more native to, though not necessarily totally bound to. Some say native groups stayed in one particular part of the geographical, locations. And then eventually, they would migrate to another. So they weren't bound to one placement. I think that came with colonialism, where I think Marcia D was talking about that earlier, that being more sedentary and staying in one place came with boundaries and borders that were created when colonizing began. Okay, our ancestors moved with the buffalo, right? They moved with the water table, right? With the weather, with the leaves, right? Beautiful. The Blackfoot. So I would say this: the Blackfoot are connected to the Cherokee, and the Cherokee are connected to the Aboriginals also in Australia and New Zealand. And also there's a connection to them and the Irish, the Native Irish. From what I know is there is a strong connection to your kin, your ancestry, your blood lineage to the Pleiades. Why do I know this? Is because the elders had the auditory. I know online you'll get a whole bunch of pictures of ladies looking all kinds of ways, but I will tell you that those who have the true auditory of their ancestors, who were able to pass that down from generation to generations, who have done it the best and the most cohesive, are the Aboriginal in Australia. It's why they're most attacked and why their story is the least told. They are kin to you, my sister, all the way on the other side. We were told that the Pleiades, and there were multiple groups of Pleiades, it's not just one phenotype, there's several, but most of them look very similar to the Aboriginal, the Cherokee, and the Blackfoot, phenotype-wise. And the indigenous native Irish, they tend to be contactees of that particular star system and those particular beings. And if that resonates with you, and you always have a concern or a question of where you come from, do know that inside of you, every cell, every memory of every ancestor lies within your very DNA. You are the Akashic records. The problem is that Willy Wonka and his League of Doom have made it a point to give us a host of vaccinations from birth and socially engineer children to shut down their ability to access their memory codes or codons in their cells, so that you can't remember where you come from. You haven't any of the memories that your ancestors easily accessed through the dream space and through meditation. You come from a star system, as far as I know, the Pleiades. And what you can do to access more of your Akashic records is, remember, try not to rely on people who tell you to look outside of yourself for the truth. The truth is always in you. If you take out the muters in your food by doing fasting, clearing any muters as far as television, food, even some liquids, or doing the liquid, putting in love and higher frequency in your liquids, you will be able to access the truth and the coordinates to where your people came from. Just like the native Africans too, that are in remote areas where colonizers have inundated and ruined and destroyed their ability to access those codons. So I hope that was helpful.
That was very helpful. And it just struck a chord with me when you said Pleiades, because our legends, our ceremony, our creation stories are connected to the Pleiades.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So start to ask your questions to yourself. And not to say I can't say other people can't help you, but like I said, you are the Akashic records. You are your ancestors. You're your father, your mother, your grandmother, your great grandmother. Everything that they did, were, is, will be, is you and in you. You can access that at any time. You really take the initiative to do what's necessary in order to get the muters out of your system and to access those truths.
I will. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you. Okay. Any more questions? I see. Hands up. Any more hands up? Come on in, Marcia D. Come on in, Marcia D. You know you can speak without raising your hand. Come on in.
Well, I just wanted to say that that I have always worked with the Native American ancestors probably because it's what I had access to. And they're the most recent. I don't identify with ancestors from, you know, many ages ago, but the Native Americans they're present, they're here, and they have such an amazing understanding of the natural world that we live in, that I call upon those ancestors and ask if I can join my circle to all the circle, because they've been doing circles, healing circles, loving circles, rain circles for so long, and all of that exists. It doesn't just disappear, it exists, and you can align with those circles. You ask permission. Basically, I asked if I can join my circle to theirs, and there is a ton of power there, because it's so many people for so long have been performing these same rituals and ceremonies that achieve the same frequency. And the frequency is like, it's like your cell phone number. It is specific, you know, and you can seek that out and align with it just by achieving that frequency. Like if I was going to ask for healing, I would call upon the ancestors and all the healing circles that have ever been done, because they still exist. And when you align with them and are allowed to join your circle to theirs, there's a whole lot of power. And they're generous, they're wonderful, they are loving, and they are here to help. They're yelling at us all the time, come up here, come up to this frequency, because they know that our liberation lies in our ability to elevate our frequency out of this lower third dimensional frequency. Allowed to join your circle to. Oh.
Okay, she muted.
Don't you just hate hearing? I hate hearing myself on record. It's like, hello.
I think that's beautiful.
Does that make sense? That's my understanding. I was told that you don't have to be indigenous or of anything. It's just those wonderful circles full of intention and power and high frequency are available to us. We just have to align our frequency to theirs, and then boom, it's the law of attraction. There you go.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love that. We have Kay, beautiful Kay coming in. Come on, Kay. I know Kay. Kay is our YouTube people.
Yeah, somebody said come into Zoom. Somebody told me come into Zoom.
Hi.
Wait, Kay? Hey, Kay.
Hi, how are you?
Because I had a
I'm well. How are
question.
you,
I typed a
Mama?
question.
Wait, is someone talking?
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
come
hold on.
into Zoom then. Do you have the link?
Hold on. Yeah.
You're already on Zoom.
We're already on Zoom.
Mute. They probably didn't realize it.
Yeah, they don't. If
No,
everyone can
Marcia.
just,
I think it's Marcia.
Oh, shit, I
Is
have
it
to
Marcia?
download the shit.
Okay.
No,
Can you
no,
guys
you're on
just,
Zoom.
let me mute really quick.
What did you
Kay, I'm gonna
ask?
let you come in. I'm
I
gonna
can
mute
ask
everyone really quick
otherwise.
so we don't have any backfeed, okay?
What I asked is,
Okay. Okay. Kay, you can unmute yourself now.
Hi, I'm sorry for the noise in the background.
No worries.
Okay, so I have like so many questions, but I don't want to like take up anyone's time or anything like that. But
It's New
I wanted
Year's.
to
There's no
ask,
such thing
like,
as time, Kay. You know this.
true, true. I wanted to ask, like, do you know anything about like these crystal like star beams? I'm talking about like cosmic, melanated women with these crystals on top of their foreheads, big afros, wearing gold and white robes. Because my mom told me that she had a dream like that. And then one day I was like meditating, I think it was like a couple of weeks ago, and I saw one talking to me, but like like, I don't know if it was like a memory or I was like accessing like, certain codes, but I just saw one talking to me and I was like wondering like, who are these women? And
Well,
they
that's
seem to be
connected.
like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, sorry.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, I was like thinking like, from what my mother has told me, like, maybe they're like some sort of like, scientists or like some sort of like engineers, but I feel like they're like high, like really high up there on Nibiru. Not
You
sure.
said it. How did you know what I was going to say? That's their Anunnaki. When you said she had the jewel in the third eye, that's one of the things they had. If you notice, when I talked about my contact, they had something input here, which was the gold medallion of the Maya. But if you're from the Haitian background, when you said that, are you Haitian? Vous parlez français? Haitian?
Oui, moi haïtien, moi parle français un petit peu.
Alors, ça passe. Alors, so because you come from that background, yeah, the Haitian, and I love that M because M usually goes in, but Haitian has Asian in it. Do you know that? Do you realize it says Haitian has the word Asian in it? And the two are fused on the ship. So I just want to let you know that was an Anunnaki saw. And because we're having ships and the Nigerians are here, you're having contact. So it's interesting that you actually saw them a little while ago because you're actually seeing either yourself. I don't know who the being is. It could be you, how you looked when you were on the ship, or how you look on the ship, or you going to meet that being that you know on the ship. It could be a combination platter. It could be you though.
Wait, I mute.
Thank you for saying that, because my mom, when my mom, I feel like sometimes like the ancestors, like they come to me sometimes through my mother, or they come to me like, when I'm like sitting down or by myself, because I have been taking pictures of the sky and I saw like 2 UFOs already. And I saw one that was like shaped, I don't know, it was kind of like shaped like a square, but it was kind of like invisible in the sky. But like when I press the video, you can see it light up.
It may not be a ship, it might be a portal. Usually the portals show up as cubes sometimes.
Ooh, that's interesting. I'm seeing a lot of rainbows too. I don't know. I there's so much stuff that I want to say to you, but I don't want to take it. Oh my God.
That's okay.
Okay, so I'll just tell you one other thing. So my mother, she had this one dream. She had a dream like where she saw like she went somewhere above the dome, and when she went there was like these two men in there, and they were talking about how they hate their jobs, how they hate painting the clouds in the sky, how they're tired of doing that. And my mom was like, what do you mean? And then the person in the dream, they told her that, this place is a hologram. This place is fake, but the people, they are real. And I just thought that was so interesting. So I wanted to share that with you.
Your mommy is woke. What's her blood type? What's her blood type?
We O positive over here.
She can see. She actually has connection. It's wonderful for your mother. Some of us struggle because our mothers aren't as aware. But the fact that she's aware and she's able to communicate with her daughter, that is such a beautiful position to be with your mom. You are so lucky and so blessed.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Yesterday, she was like telling me about like, how, about mermaids and stuff like that. And she was talking about them in Haiti, and she always told me like stories about them. And then she was telling me how like, maybe we might be connected to them or something like that. Yeah. Because, the family is like always like something about water. Yeah. They always talk about water. They never talk about fire or anything like that.
I love it. There's a lot of memories happening in Haiti. I will say some of the bombing that they did initially, and some of it was bombing, not earthquakes, were to clear some of the caverns below, which I heard some of the aquatic beings linger. So I don't know how much truth there is to that, but I've heard that over time. The Francophone community is really close. And because there's not a lot of us in this awareness, it's always cool to hear from some of the others on what they think is going on in Haiti. Haitians. Remember that. Okay.
Thank you so much.
My
Can I say
pleasure.
one more thing or no?
We'll wait until the end because we have a couple more people, but stay on, Kay.
Okay, thank you
pull
so
in at
much.
the- My
Thank
pleasure.
you. Love hearing you, all your
My
stories.
pleasure. Absolutely. Marcia D, what do you think about some of the things we're hearing tonight? This is very interesting.
About which one? I mean, there's
Yeah, I know the native. We're talking to a Blackfoot from Canada. Then we're talking to. Don't you love that we get sea stars from all over the world? We have a young lady who's connected to Haiti. I mean, this is so amazing.
this is what always. Oh gosh, Fleur, I'm telling you, since I found you, like I said, I've been at this for 50 years and I was alone most of the time. I had no one to talk to. And to come and be able to meet all of these brilliant, beautiful people who have stories and theories and information to share. You guys you don't know what it was like being alone in the conspiracy community where we all had to sit and wait a year for a book to come out. You know, and to come here and just be dropping information and sharing this, it is such a gift. And again, Fleur, I could just kiss your sweet face. Oh, I just love you so much for providing this opportunity for all of us to learn and grow. Because the more that come together, the more powerful our high frequency energy that we generate. Next time we do a water thing, it's going to be really powerful. Really,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's right back at Willy Wonka and his League of Doom. We're gonna take this higher and higher. Let's go in. Dr. Kavita is in the room. Come on in, Dr. Kavita. Is it Dr. Kavita or Dr. Kavita?
Yeah. Hi.
Hey, my
Hi.
love.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi, Fleur. So I was sent your video a few months back, and I've been hooked because I was I think I can see these interdimensional beings, and I was talking about it to a friend. He's in Vietnam, and I'm from India actually.
Welcome.
So I couldn't. Yeah, so I couldn't understand. So I was just talking to him, and he shared a video of yours. I think it was from 5 years back or something about reptilians. And he said, by hearing this video, maybe things will become better for you. So I've been seeing things since I got into. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. But I belong to
Dr. Kavita, hold on one moment, Mom.
family.
Dr. Kavita, I will let you. Dr. Kavita, hold on one moment. What's interesting while you're talking, you don't even notice. Your frequency went from low, slow to. So whatever you are dealing with is actually alternating. It's altering your frequency because you actually went from slow to fast. There's something that's around you that's altering that, or maybe you have contact. Do you have contact, Dr. Kavita?
I think so. Okay. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It's not very clear to me, but I think I can see. And now I've become very, in touch with nature and all. I was in big city. I moved to a rural kind of area, and it has a lot of jungle, and I was always scared of going in the jungle alone. Now I feel I'm not scared of anything.
Good.
And past 2 years have been very, very I don't know, there have been radical changes.
Beautiful.
Like
is it okay? Are the changes scary, or are you okay? Do you feel okay after
no,
you
I'm
experienced
okay.
it?
I'm okay now, because when this was happening when I was younger, I couldn't understand. So I thought maybe I'm imagining them. They're not there. I'm just seeing things. So I
Are you
went
a
to
B?
few.
Are you a B positive? Are you a B?
I'm
sound
O
like a B.
positive. O positive.
Are you a O positive?
Yes.
Is your
That's
mother
why
a B? Is your mother a B? You know?
I'm not sure. I'm not
Okay,
sure, but
okay,
but my
okay, go ahead.
mom is again, she has a very strong sixth sense. Like we could
Yeah.
kind of see dreams which come in, which kind of come true after a few months and things like that. And I'm just, yeah. So my question to you was, last year there was this lady who was talking to me on Telegram, and I think she did not like what the information that I shared, and she had a fight with a lot of other people on the group. And within a week, I was sleeping around. It was around 1:30 in the night, 1:30 a.m., and I saw a gray kind of alien. I had never seen that entity in my life ever before. He was sitting on me. I just opened my
Oh.
eyes. Yeah, yeah. And I just opened my eyes, and I think it got scared and it ran to the wall. And I think there was a portal in my wall, and it just vanished. And I was really shaken up by that.
Banish
Someone
him.
sent a gray. Someone sent a gray.
Banish him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Banish
my
him.
God.
Yeah, listen to Rosita, Rosalie. Banish him, rebuke him. Whenever they send things, that's interesting that it sent a gray for you, whoever that being was.
No, come again. I didn't catch that.
The fact that they sent a gray for you is odd. Usually grays are connected to governments or the dark Kabbalists or other nefarious groups that are connected, I always link to the Willy Wonka or the electrical, our electronics. But the fact that you had a beef with someone, you had a problem with someone where there was
No, so that
issue.
was my conclusion. I don't know, because that was my conclusion. So I'm related. My father is an ex-admiral, and my brother is also in military. So this other friend of mine, the one who's from Vietnam, he said that these are all military related, can be military related. So I'm really confused. What's really happening?
They're connected to but it means you're very special. They wouldn't send a gray for you. They don't just send grays to anyone. If something,
yeah. Go ahead.
And it also showed her that she has a portal. She has a portal wherever she was, yes. And that she's powerful and chased his gray ass out of there.
That's right.
No, I don't have a portal. I saw a portal in the wall.
That's what I'm saying. You have a portal in your house.
I think that those portals are portable, I could be wrong. I think that they can manifest them as they need them.
Yeah,
they can.
Open them whenever they want. But where do you do you happen to know what latitude you live on? Here we go, Fleur. We're going for
there we go. Latitude, longitude. It's all relative. Hold on.
Dr. Kavita, do you happen to know what latitude you live on?
I don't know. You guys can kind of go on. Let me just check it and tell you. One second.
Because whatever it sounds like a gray, but the gray, she's obviously more powerful than the gray. She's obviously powerful because, like you said, they wouldn't send something like that for someone who wasn't powerful. And the fact that it went through the wall tells me that's doable. Not just for the gray, but for anyone who can figure out how to hit that same frequency of that portal, because the frequency is the key code basically to go through that portal. And portals are here for everyone. They're not light or dark. They're here for everyone. So if dark.
Okay, so this is 15 north and 73. Latitude is 73.
73.
Yeah.
That's a one. That's a one. And she's on 15.
Yeah, it's warm. It's a tropical area.
Tropical area. So you are close to the equator?
Yeah, I'm right next to the sea. Yes, very close to the equator.
And very close to the sea. See, yeah. That
right in front, yeah.
When you get next to large bodies of water, which are, as we know now, just big giant energy conductors, you have a more opportunity to utilize interdimensional travel when you have a portal, and especially if you're by sea or the mountains. Mountains are also very powerful. And that's my feeling, is that if you've got a portal, you need to learn how to use it. I've got one in my front yard. I still don't know how to use it, but I can tell when it's working.
And also, if you want to disallow from beings entering your space, make sure you aren't giving permission with people doing spiritual work on you in your homes, even from great distance. A lot of craniosacral teachers, I love them. I love the craniosacral arena. They do a lot of amazing clearing work, but be careful giving invitations to people to come into your sacred space in your home by allowing them to work on you remotely. And also be careful who you allow in your house. Grace having access through your walls like that means there's openings in your home's auric field. They shouldn't be allowed to just walk in and out. If they're allowed to do that, you have to put some amazing, protective types of tourmaline, organites, black salt, kind of seal your room. I would put.
Yeah, I've started making organs, and I have put it like right outside my home.
Very good.
Yeah,
that's Marsha D's thing. Marsha D's good with that.
I would also put a piece of organite in each corner of your room.
Okay.
And if you can, like every 4 feet, but 8 feet would be good. But if all you can do is the corners, that's great, because they just sit there and all they do is generate high frequency energy.
Yes, I can do 4 feet. I make them myself, so I'll do that.
Well, I'm proud of you. That's organite. I mean, it is a do-it-yourself project, but it's messy and it's extensive.
Yeah.
And
right.
But if you can make it yourself, that's great, because otherwise now it's so expensive to buy.
It's fun to do it with the resin and getting the metals. Back in the days, for us old school organite makers, do you remember, Marsha? I was in the backyard with a gas mask with the resin. I had to go to, my husband at the time took me to like an old factory place to get the metals, like the scrap metals. That's when we did a real ghetto. That was a real ghetto organite. You just dump magnets and like scrap metal. And that's the way we did it. Now people make them so pretty and beautiful. But it's a lot of fun. I think you'll like it, and put your energy into it and your intent. And Marsha D, she could tell you stories about how she seals her, she uses them as on the meridians, and she has set them up so that it grids her house. And I think that's amazing. I learned that from Marsha D. I was just making them to put in my house in my corners. Marsha D took it. She upped the level.
You also put copper in them, right, Fleur? Copper to protect you?
Yes. Yeah. Copper. I like to it depends on what you're using it for. You can do what do you call it? The spiral, use them at the spiral. I used to put magnets in it. Also, you can put gold in it, gold flakes, if you have it, because it's the highest form of frequency. Gold is used as a generator. If you have gold flakes, you can buy them online. You can put them inside of the organite. The molds are fun. So if you get the molds, you can get the pyramid mold is so expensive now. Yeah, I used to get it. It's so expensive from back, now it's expensive, but back in the days, you can get the pyramid or the round molds. So have fun doing it. What I mean? Whoever is really interested in doing it, you can make it into what you want. And again, Marsha Dees talks about her gridding, and she's more vetted in that arena.
I have a question about pyramids. Okay. I was doing some reading and research on them, and a lot of times they say if you make the pyramids, you have to make them without metal. They said there are a lot of healing properties in them, but if you make them with metal in them, they lose it. But if you make your pyramid without, like with PVC pipes and say maybe mesh or something like that, that
Yeah.
has no metal, like plastic mesh,
Yeah.
then you can actually go and sleep in there, and the healing properties are just out of this world. So I promised myself when I can get wherever I can go, and I can build a greenhouse.
I bought mine from India, actually.
Oh,
You
wow.
guys haven't seen me sleep under it. Yeah, I actually have this a guru, and it took 8 weeks, and it was bent, and it was a copper pyramid. I haven't slept under it yet.
Oh,
Marsha,
that's
do
a
you
Sri Yantra pyramid, which is very, very powerful. So I have put
Yeah.
a Sri Yantra inside my resin pyramid, and they are in my garden, and my garden is flourishing like anything because of them. I don't know that if you were
I'm
not
sure
allowed
it
to
is.
put
It's
them
resin.
It's a lot. It's
one
very
more, but
powerful.
I just wanted to tell you two more incidents because that
Yes.
I mean I can make sense of it. So last year again during March or something, I had a dream. It wasn't really a dream. I was half awake, half asleep, and I was being chased. I was running away with a man that I had never seen in my life, and yeah.
In this life, never seen in this life. Okay.
Okay. So I'd never seen this man in my life, and I think so. I'm an Indian. I'm a light-skinned Indian. This guy was, I think, a European looking. I don't know. Maybe blonde hair. I'm not sure about the hair, but yeah, he was not Indian looking, and so we had gone to this one place. This guy was, I think, asleep and I was out, and there were these silver triangles which were chasing us, and suddenly they shape shifted into some kind of beings.
Again, we're not bound here. So you know this person, maybe not in this realm, or just their frequency is manifesting itself as that type of person in that dream state. But whenever you're experiencing, those types of dreams, when you're traveling with people that you seemingly don't know, chances are you do know them, whether it's a past life, future life, or other dimension or other timeline. That's somebody that you are connected to. Could be. What do you think, Marsha?
I was busy looking for my, but I wanted to, on the orgonite thing, I wanted to show her how chemtrails dissolve when they go over my house, because I have the grid up that creates such a high frequency energy, and the chemtrails are low frequency energy, and they dissolve. I found
wow.
Like they dissolve right in the middle. Okay, can you see that?
Yes, put that a little closer.
Oh
I
my.
wanted to show that.
Wow.
Hold on, let me spotlight you.
Okay.
Hold on, let me spotlight you. Go ahead.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Okay,
wow.
So let's see. Okay, so they dissolve in the middle when they go over. See that thing right there?
God.
They go.
Oh my God.
And I've got tons of these. Going the wrong way. Got tons of these pictures. See right
so we used to call them cloud busting. Remember that back in the days, cloud busting. Look at that.
That's
she's
right,
broke a hole.
Doctor. Yeah, William
Amazing.
Wright talks about it. So you're only talking about organites, or you're talking about cloud busters, like how Flair is saying?
I also have a Don Croft 6-foot Kim Buster. They're called Kim Busters. And
could you put a picture or something sometime, if we want to make it or something?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm next to a fighter military base. So I'm sure I'm getting.
Oh, that's why you got a gray. Yeah, the grays come from there. I knew. Yeah, the gray. You could block them. You could block them though. The grays are just, they use the frequent. They ride the waves of low elf waves. They ride the low elf waves. That's why they come in. That's how they come in. So you could block them. You haven't seen the gray since that time?
No, I haven't. I think it got scared of me, and I didn't do anything. I just looked at it, and I think
that's my 6-foot Don Croft Kim Buster.
Look at that. Look at Marsha.
What you can't see is that it sits in a bucket, like a regular paint size bucket, gallon bucket of solid organite. And then these 6-foot copper rods come out, and inside the rods are double terminated quartz crystals. And
Whoa, okay. Are they hollow? Yeah.
I saw that I was doing great busting holes in the chemtrails, but that all my energy was going up. So I put this copper, it's an old copper, whatever you call it, dish on top of it. So now that I've noticed that since I put that down and now the energy is going more around my garden is just, like you say, it's just flourishing. Oh, dang, my cabinet maker's here. I gotta go answer the door.
Okay, live Marsha DB. All right.
All
We are
right, all
moms,
right.
grandmothers,
Thanks.
women, and on the run.
Thank you so much. This was really,
Absolutely.
I mean, really great of you to, allow us to tell you things directly. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Come on in, Danielle. Come on in, Danielle.
Hi,
Hey,
Fleur.
C-Star. Hey, C-Star.
How are you doing?
Hey, Mama. What's going on?
I had a couple questions. Well, a lot of it kind of circled around what the woman was just speaking about with the gray in her room. So I've had issues for a long time, actually, since I was a little girl. I have 3 kids, and I'm almost 37 come April, but I've had issues with, I don't know, entities and things since I was probably 5. It started out when I was really little. I had my whole room would be full of orbs, mostly blues and pinks, some clear, but every night when I went to bed, they were all over. I would be up all night. And as I got older, they kind of dissipated, but I had tons of I don't know, just lots of things happening. There's almost too much to even get into, but I've noticed since I had my first child. So I had my first child in the hospital, and then I've had my other 2 at home birth. And I've noticed with each birth, I've kind of my body's just kind of done this natural detoxing, and I've almost gotten closer to myself with each birth. It's been very interesting, and I've always kind of been more into the natural stuff, but as the years have gone on, I've just, maybe it's having kids and looking for information and searching and always kind of being just wanting information.
Kids give you a greater connection to your Akashic records. So every time you have a baby and you go through the process, by the process of gestating a child, a baby, it opens up codons and memories of not only your ancestors, but your mate's ancestors. So it would make sense that a mother gets leveled up if she's healthy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's what's kind of been happening. And it's my most recent child. She actually, when I was having my home birth, I noticed something was different, and she was actually still inside of her sac. She came out in the water sac, and it was the first when my
That's special. She's
midwife,
special. She's psychic. She's gonna be psychic.
She is.
Yeah.
She's very special. Yeah. But a lot of my friends that are international, there's different names for it, but they call it there's the cloak, something cloak. There's different names for it all over the world. But yeah, it was really cool. It's scary because, it was a very different birth, it was much more difficult, much more painful, because all of that added pressure from the water sac. But she's something else. But all my children kind of seem to have this sense to them. But I don't talk to anyone.
You know this. It's you.
Oh, I also have Blackfoot Indian. I know it's not really, because it comes down to it comes from my father's side, but my father's side, I had a very hard life, very hard, very difficult. I don't talk to anyone in my family. Most of them have passed away. I'm not close to anyone. So I've always been really on the other side, who is supporting me. My whole life I've kind of been in fear because of all of the things that have kind of happened. I also had what I think was a gray in my room probably a few months ago, and I actually grabbed it and it freaked out. And
that's right. take them down.
And yeah, and it dissipated very quickly. I've had like dreams where I wake up inside of a dream, inside of a dream, inside of a dream. It's the weirdest thing, and I can't get out of it. And there's always layers. And but as of the past, I would say 2 or 3 months, I've been feeling better. Like the fear is dissipating. There's not as much anxiety of the night, but I'm always a night owl. I can never sleep like at night. I'm always up ever since I was little. It's always been a thing.
Nocturnal.
And
You're nocturnal. You're nocturnal.
As hard as
Be
I
joining
try,
us.
I cannot kick it. I cannot kick it. And my partner is just like, he's a morning person and I'm like a night person. So it's very hard. And he triggers me more than anyone I've ever met. And I don't know I think it's a good thing because he's bringing a lot out of me, but it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle.
It could be tiring. It could be tiring when someone is constantly just just bringing out things that need to be, it's good because you won't have much else to clear, but it can be tiring.
I think there's still a lot. There's still so much to learn, but as far as my question was going, it was more so just in regards to the birthing of the children. And I just thought maybe it was because my body was detoxing and allowing me to open up more to myself. And that's, as you said, that's pretty much right on. But also with the entities that have been kind of in my field, it's just been really hard. And I've had a few actually, how do you say, come to like on my TV. I think it was 7 or 8 years ago. I had one actually manifest in front of me, and it was very tall in raggedy clothes, and it had like broken wings behind it. It looked like it was like broken wings, and it had a twisted face it looked like a reptilian type creature with teeth, and it was huge. And I got it on the camera, and it was weird. I had tried to delete it, but it kept jumping around all my devices and I could not get rid of it. Finally, it disappeared finally, but it's always haunted.
That's the fourth dimensional reptiles. Those are reptilians. Draconians can do that too. Might be connection. Do you have any family from it? Usually those reptilians are connected to, if you have family from England, from Welsh, that's a Welsh connection.
A lot of just Indian, German, Irish, I think mostly.
Okay.
Like European.
It could be that. It's a draconian, probably using it. Remember the fourth dimensional reptilians? We don't hear too much about them because we entered 4D. So now they're here and we interface with them, but you may not know you're interfacing with them. But before, they would only be able to access us through a lot of our electronics, kind of like the Greys.
Yeah, it was very. Back then, I didn't know what I was so terrified. I didn't know what it was.
They aren't allowed to, like most of it is just observation because they can't really. They aren't allowed to. Greys are real skittish, and those type of reptilians, they just mess with your time. Time will mess up around them. Yeah. But you're safe, and you have special babies, and also you do have family. You birthed them. You birthed your family.
Yeah.
So you birthed your ancestors. Remember, the past is the present. So when you didn't have, a closeness to the family from previously, you birthed the family that's more permissible to you. So you feel you have more kinship.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I understand.
Yeah.
I do. Moving forward with anything, as far as kind of things feeling lighter and easier, is that just because of the energy shift, or is there anything that maybe could have changed that may have happened to change that? Because I did do a little bit of like repenting and things like that during that, during those couple months and, praying and stuff. But I've been really struggling with my spirituality in a sense, because for the longest time I wasn't into the whole God thing, and then I was strictly only spiritual, and I know it's kind of silly to say that, but just kind of the energy of the earth and anything kind of just
whenever you feel a little confused or you don't you haven't anything that you feel is guiding you, it's time to ground, kind of connect back to the put your feet on the soil and ground yourself in nature and, sit down. It's not disgusting what I'm going to say. It's very sane. But if you take off your panties and wear a long skirt like the Amish girls do, sit down on the ground and you allow your yoni to sit down and feel the breath of the terrain underneath her. Because remember, you're a mother, you have a portal in your womb. This is the greatest level of godship on this planet, even though the patriarchy would have you think differently. You are God. You are. By the fact that you create a being and birth it out of your canal, you're a God. So
it's great advice.
So sit down on the ground, just without your pantalon, petit pantalon. We say it French. Sit down and let your yoni touch the ground and connect your portal to the portals below. You'll feel directed and you'll feel better. You will.
Yeah, we don't wear shoes in my house outside, but it's just,
right.
I've never done that before. So I will add that to my to-do list. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, sister. Okay. So thank you for coming in. I love the shares.
Thank you.
So I'm
lovely to speak with you.
Thank you. I'm going to bring in one more C-Star Sherto. I know you've been waiting. I'm sorry. I didn't take you in hand. And this will be the last question of the evening, as the Zombies have to go back on the Mother Harbor ship to recover and to recoup and also to celebrate our New Year's. So come on in and C-Star Sherto.
Hi, good night. I'm so excited to be here.
Hello.
Lucia. I am from St. Lucia, born and raised in St.
Oh my God, you got my daddy's accent. I love you. Oh, my daddy sent you. I love it. You sound like home to me. I'm going to cry. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be brave. Don't do it. Okay.
Oh my goodness, Flo, you have no idea how long I've been trying to get through with you from since 2018 when somebody sent me to your page. And I've been listening through since. And there was a time when you were not on and I was feeling sick. I was like, where is Flo? Where is Flo? And when you finally came on, I was like so happy. So,
listen to her beautiful voice, Chantel. You are my family. You give me breath in my lungs. To everyone, this is how my daddy sounds. This is the breath of my family. Thank you for coming here. Come on in, sister.
You're gonna make me cry soon.
Oh, I'm already there. I'm trying to hold it in.
Also, I wanted to mention that I'm O positive.
Wow.
Because I heard you speaking about it, so I said I will have to mention this. And yes, so let me tell you, Flo, I am not. There was a saying that you woke. Flo, I'm not woke again. I'm awakened. I'm definitely awakened because trust me, I like as if like sometimes I just sit and I still like what? Oh my goodness. So I had an experience. I was sleeping in my room and I heard a sound like a car blinking light. So I got up and I went to watch the light. I saw the light over my kitchen, but I did not go outside. Next day, I went out to my garden because I had a little home garden and I saw some perfect squares in my lettuce bed. And I said to myself, this is like, I knew something was up. I said, oh my goodness. And from that time, I was like so happy. I said, something is up. I know I am not woke again. I am awakened. And I'm telling you that and I'm feeling goosebumps all on my face.
Yes.
So, and you know, I have been like, every time I speak to people, like I used to be so shy before. Now there is not one shy bone on me. I speak when I have to. I say what I have to. And there was a time I wanted to, like I used to think about speaking in front of people and like for people to listen to me, like I have an audience. And a day I was on a bus and some people was speaking about that. And I was speaking to them and everybody was listening to me. Like, I mean, like, what? Like, and I got goosebumps all over me. So I'm so happy to be among you. And I've been trying to get through Zoom for so long. And it's amazing to be here tonight.
Oh, thank you, sister, for sharing that. And
And I have so
it's
many
amazing.
experiences that I would love to share, but time doesn't permit.
There'll be more
but
time, and there'll be more
yes,
time.
but a
more
little
time.
joke for us, among us. So when I was 19, I wanted to be at nursing aid.
Yes.
So I am 33 years old, and I saw a little flyer, and it had some Taiwanese free like like we have the like they're funding us. So I quickly applied. A few weeks later, they contact me. So now they ask me for clinicals, and you have to get the Kukurachi shot. I said, let me tell you something. In my mind, I say, by the time I'm ready to go to clinicals, that thing out of the way. And I'm there right now. Mostly half or more than half of the class is not vaccinated. And I
I'm
say,
so excited to hear this.
by the time I reach, I will not, I don't need that. So right now there, I am willing to go through the whole way. And if they tell me the clinical, I cannot do it, I'm ready to walk away and go back to my garden. So I have been passing all my exams. And today, just one little mistake and I couldn't do my exam. I was so mad at myself. So, and then y'all gave the Zoom and about the light and stuff. And I have always said to myself, I don't need light to walk outside. I'm the child of light, and nobody or nothing cannot prevent that.
That's right.
Well, I'm in tears. Y'all know it's beautiful to hear. It's also beautiful to hear that you didn't compromise yourself, and everything opened its arena to have you show up as you would, as you wanted, and as you deserve. So I'm so grateful to hear that. And like I said, for anyone who's shocked at my tears, this Sea Star is speaking the tongue of my father, and it's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you. It's like hearing
don't
home.
cry, baby.
I know.
Don't cry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right. Gosh, Fleur.
It's
Now, we're all
It's
gonna start
beautiful.
crying. I'm gonna cry too.
It's beautiful. And I'm so proud of you for standing in your power.
And this is my face also. I'm natural. This is my face. I'm natural.
Let me see. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Look at that beautiful hair. That's right. You don't have to compromise. Look at that. Beautiful. I love it.
I'm not Rasta, but I'm natural and I love it.
Power and perception of beauty. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Oh, this is such a treat. You came in and you literally just opened up my heart. I'm so proud of you.
I knew I would do that one day. That's why I came.
Yeah, I'm so happy. And I say, many people don't know, St. Lucia is not that big. So when you hear the people come in, everyone's kind of like, whether you're from Soufrière or, where you from originally? What town?
From Castries, Cicero.
Castries. Oh, yeah. Yes. So my dad's playground was in Castries. Castries has the volcano, right? So.
Right. That's Soufrière.
Soufrière. So, this is, it's a beautiful thing, and the testimony that you came in.
Soufrière and Canaries people, some of them are related. So we're from all over. So.
That's right. Yes. This is beautiful, and I really wish you well on your arena. You woke up. You said you dare. You know what I mean?
I'm not woke again. I'm awakened. And
you're
awakened. And also, there are some. There was a time when we had to take an injection, and from the time I heard the nurses are there, and I started crying because I didn't want these things in my body. From a little child, I didn't want these things in my body.
Yeah.
And we have to take some. I don't know if it's okay, but I say it's okay to me. I'm missing three more vaccines, and I refuse to take it. And I am willing to put a date that says I took it, but I didn't take it because I don't want these things in my body.
That's right. That's right. It's unnecessary.
And honestly, if anything happen, I am ready to go up in the hills and eat grass because I'm not on these people heights. Trust me, I'm not on these people heights. I am not. I'm not on the like as if like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy to be there. You know.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That is,
Absolutely.
I'm looking at pure joy. That is a face of joy. This woman is genuinely happy. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Radiating. She's radiating. This is God.
Yes, you can.
That's why they visit you.
You know, people actually see that on me, and I myself, I just start seeing that in me because I just start seeing like sometimes I'm like, wow, I'm really pretty, and sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm not that pretty, and
you're beautiful.
But now, as I'm
beautiful.
Thank you.
And if I can make a suggestion, Chantal, when you are feeling, and for everyone, when you are feeling this kind of joy or happiness or gratitude or anything, make a mudra with your thumb and middle finger. And in psychology, this is called an anchor. And what you're doing is you're anchoring that emotion in your brain, and it will create a specific folder just for that emotion. And every time you feel joy or happiness or something, you just file it away in your brain, and then you have access to it. And should you get into a situation where you need to elevate your frequency, you just start by going like this and then go into your gratitude or your joy or whatever. And this is very powerful. And you see the yogis and the guru, they always sit like this because they know that's how you can get to that frequency much quicker, is by making a mudra.
Okay.
Just a suggestion.
Okay. One more question, if I may.
Sure.
Recently I stumbled upon a video about metaverse. Right. And then about herbs that attracts. And I saw one with cinnamon. So I tried it, and let me tell you, I think it was from I cannot remember the name exactly, but it's from this lady that has she has cinnamon and stuff attracting. And let me tell you, I tried that, and from that time I have not been without monies or anything, you know. So
wow.
I don't know if that's like a good thing, because I kind of like have a little thingy about it, but I tried it and it worked.
With cinnamon, so cinnamon attracts abundance.
Attracts abundance, right?
It does.
And I was always lacking money, so I tried.
You weren't always lacking it. You weren't able to tap into it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's always there. It's like tapping in. It's like the safe being there, and you need the codes, but you have the access. You just have to remember the sequence of the code to open up your safe, because that's where the abundance is. You always have access to it. So you're abundant. I accept your abundance. I'm grateful. Congratulations for accessing it.
Thank you. Yes.
It's beautiful. It was beautiful talking to you, sister. I look forward to talking to you more in the future. Thank you for bringing me.
Well, I would love to be in all your Zumbies and everything. That everyone
You'll be sleepless in Seattle.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I can do it in the day.
Yeah, that's true. Well, thank you for joining us, and thank you for bringing home a beautiful
Happy New
ray
Year,
of sunshine.
everybody.
Thank you. Okay, I think we're gonna I'll take two more. I see a couple of hands up. I want to make sure I have everyone, and then the Zoomies and us have to retire back to our mother hubber ship and go back to our obsessing with breaking the codes of getting out of this father freaker. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in Keta. It's beautiful. Keta rising. I love that. Keta. You know how that sounds, right? What is it? Keta. Keta. What a beautiful. You know the frequency feels. You know when you say something and it feels good. Keta.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Come on in, beautiful. Come on in, sister. Look at that beautiful smile. We got the most beautiful. Let me just say something. Y'all are the most beautiful. I don't know. I know. And I think I need to remind you, you're some of the most beautiful sea stars in the whole wide universe. I am so grateful to be amongst you. You're so pretty. Your
Thank you.
smile is like lighting up the room. Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
So if never, and then someone didn't tell you today, I'm gonna tell you how beautiful you are.
Well, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. A reflection of you.
Absolutely.
So,
Thank you, Mama.
I had a question. I did a ceremony a few years ago, and this ceremony I did was with ayahuasca, and it's this thing that's keep like puzzling me. I'm trying to figure out what the message was. I just kept hearing the children are not missing, the children are not missing, and Arcadia, Arcadia, Arcadia. And I would see this beam of light and like these, well, I guess the children are going up from here to Arcadia. And
oh my God.
I just can't understand. Like, I don't understand Arcadia. Like, what do you mean? Like, huh?
I just had a dream about Arcadia. This is weird.
What is Arcadia?
I don't know. She just mentioned something I just dreamt about with M the other night. I don't know. This is weird.
Oh,
this
wow.
is really strange. No, I swear to God. When you said it, I was like, what is she doing? She's tapping in.
I'm like, Arcadia. I don't understand that.
I don't know. It's a place. It's a place. And when I dreamt about where I was, it's interesting you said Arcadia, because I dreamt about it and M was there. I didn't tell M because M will talk about it later. But
I used to live in Arcadia. There's a place called
What?
Yes,
Oh.
that's the only place I found is like a city, Arcadia. There's a city.
Yeah, it's in California.
Yeah, I live near there.
What?
Oh, wow.
This is crazy. I didn't even know. Oh, listen, Kita, you just asked us. So the babies might be there interdimensionally. Maybe they pulled the children and put them into another shifted dimension that we can't see them. We think they're gone and they're not. It's in. Say what it is.
They said it's not missing. They're not missing.
They're not missing.
That's what
Are
they
they
said.
okay?
They kept saying they're not missing. They're not missing Arcadia. I don't think they're all okay because right after that, when my highest meditation is when I get in water, like I could hear and feel everything damn near. But I got in the water and I was meditating. I could just hear crying, like they need like help. And so I just start crying, like I don't know what to do. Like I don't know, like
they're in another dimension. How do they do that? They're able to extract them, but it's got to be tied in. What do you think, Marcia?
It sounds like a rescue mission to me. The first
You know something? I started praying for those children that were trapped. And
Can we
since
pull them
that
out,
year,
Marcia?
in 2019, that they have rescued thousands and by the 50 of thousands, at different time periods, by different military excursions. I had a prayer group, and we're disbanded now, but that was one of the things that was on my heart. And I've had to give thanks because many thousands of them have been rescued.
That's beautiful. Kita told us that for a reason, and it was connected to M. And I didn't know M lived in a city called Arcadia. I didn't even know it existed. I heard it. You said Arcadia. I was like, I dreamt about Arcadia and M. You didn't know that.
No.
So I think we're meant to do an extraction. What do you think, Marcia?
Well, yeah. But I also was just thinking, I wish Melissa was here because she would jump on and find out what Arcadia means and where it came from. Because Melissa does that.
No, Diane does that. Where's Diane? Where's our Diane? Diane, are you
Diane
here?
is a Jamaica woman.
Diane is a dementia specialist. Okay,
she's falling on the job.
Look, she's already in it. Okay, and for anyone who's new to Zumbi, we got our specialist on the crew.
Also, Fleur.
Yes, go ahead,
Fleur, I do know about Arcadia because I was looking into the times before the moon was in the sky.
Yes.
And they said back then the Arcadians were here. I mean, that's before the moon was in the sky. So they have the history of Earth before the moon was in the sky.
The Arcadians, wherever that is.
Arcadia. And there's an animation from Japan called Arcadia. So it must be significant because
it has. Okay, so before. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes, no, come
Oh,
on,
go
Kita.
ahead.
Before I even had this experience, that show was not even out. And my sis, I tell her about the show. I mean, not the show, about my experience. And she's like, about a week later, she's like, girl, check this out. She sends me, I'm like, oh my God. So I've been watching, like, how am I supposed to help these children?
You prophesized it.
Came out
You
after.
prophesized it. Yeah.
I'm just like, oh my God, how do I help the kids?
Okay,
Well, there's something. Okay, so go ahead, Marsha. There's something we're supposed to do. You meant to get this right now. You did it. I had it. It's crazy. You were a key. This had to happen today. You were a key. You came in, and I was gonna shut down the Zoom. I was like, okay, we'll go back. But I saw your face. I was like, no, I'm taking that pretty face. You were a key, and you brought in what needs to be addressed. And then M was a tie-in, and now Marsha's gonna help out. Come on, Marsha.
Oh my God.
With my experience with a rescue, what I call a rescue mission, because I don't know what else to call it, is the first time it happened to me, it just totally freaked me out. And I, just jumped back out of it. The next time it happens, if you can put yourself there and just say, come to me. And then they will, and then you can release them. They're not going to come, as my experience, they're not going to come back and suddenly reappear, but you're going to release them from the void that they're trapped in, that they're being held in, the energetic void. So you go in and you say, come to me, and then you just be the light and just radiate light, and they will go wherever they're supposed to go. It's the light that frees them.
Okay.
Yes, from the darkness of the void. Yes.
So the light I saw, the beam of them being taken up, that's the light you're speaking of?
No, I'm talking about like the light we generated on the water thing. Yes, you stand there generating that light, and you hold that light for them. And those who are able to or ready to can take that powerful energy and escape, literally escape from the darkness and the void that they're in.
Okay.
Not everyone will go, because some still need to finish out having that experience, but the ones that can go and are ready to go, and I'm sure that's why they're calling you.
Yes. She can do it. She's the one.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay. Thank you so much.
This is beautiful, Kita. What a beautiful mission you have.
It's been bothering me for years. Like, what am I supposed to do?
You can do it, because they
much.
wouldn't show that, or that wouldn't be shown, right? Unless she could do it, unless she was equipped to do it.
That's right. That's right. And mine, the first time I had it, I didn't understand it. It had to be at least almost 2 years later, I found myself in the exact same situation, going, why am I here? Why am I here? So it could take a long time, but of course there is no time in the, non-physical. But really, I believe it's because either you have someone in there, a person you are connected to that is trapped, and that's how they could come to you, or it's because they know that you can generate enough high frequency light energy that they can utilize to free themselves, escape, release.
Okay.
You got this, Kita. You got it. She's taking a deep breath. She's like, oh, I got it. You got it.
I'm so happy just to get some type of answers, because I just I would tell a few people, and then they just look at me like, what the fuck, like what? What are you talking about? Like, I don't know, but this is the experience. I don't know what to do. Like, so thank you so much.
You got it. Thank you, Kita. And I wish you well in your journey and also in your rescue mission. We accept it. We cheer you on and we support it. So
thank you so much.
Do what you do. Okay, we're going to take one more, I think, Mastery, because I saw Mastery asking for blood types. So let's see who Mastery is. Come on, Mastery. And then we're going to go to the Mother Hubbership and take a little bit of our break from YouTube. So come on, Mastery. How are you? Mastery is male energy. You have a male energy, even though you may not be male. You have a
What?
male energy. See, I felt it. I was
it's my
right.
turn.
I was right.
You said my name. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait, it's my turn. I never thought I'd get a turn.
Oh, this
bad.
always get a turn. Hey, Mastery, how are you?
I'm cool. I didn't even. I forgot that I raised my hand. I forgot.
Okay, bye. I'm kidding.
We're joking.
All right.
Come in, Mastery. So what's going on?
Well, I forgot what my question was. I forgot. Like I got lost in this whole chat, and so many conversations popped up. The energy cool and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like I forgot what I was gonna talk about. But oh yeah. One thing I was gonna talk about, because we have a lot of men out here that be like, oh, excuse my language, they be like, bitches ain't shit and all this other lame stuff that they be talking about. But I have something to say about that. Like, what make them feel like that? Because like the thing is like, of course they come from a woman, they get their skin from a woman. Little do they know, before they could get circumcised, right? Their penis, before it's circumcised, is actually vagina wall. And really they don't even know that. They don't even study that before a child is born, it's a woman first. They don't even know.
Ooh,
Speak,
brother.
Like, even when what is it, like, like literally they don't even know, like, when they talk about some goddamn, oh, women have an edge, especially black women. And I love black women. Some of them lose their minds. Some of them lost their minds.
It's a crazy world.
But the thing is that some of them did, but I understand them. Because if they understood that women used to be in rulership before these patriarch ass niggas came over and tried to destroy that, like, they would understand why she may be angry. It's like a subconscious thing as well. Like, the thing is, they be going through so much abuse, especially in these foreign countries and shit. And yet it's done, like, they be having to get their clit slit open and all types of stuff. They be getting controlled. They have no type of freedom.
Jeez.
They have no type of freedom. And the thing is like, another thing is, like, socially, they get demeaned. They get like disrespected socially, because they like, what is it? They would have sex with a guy, right? And like, they would be a slut, but that same guy would be seen as some sort of god or some shit like that. Ain't
He gets accolades.
Like, how
yeah,
is
he
she
gets
a hoe, but he
accolades for
not?
the same action. Yeah, it's a shame.
Right.
It's a shame.
So it's like that's double standards first off. And then it's like they act like they want to act like they just want to use a woman just for sexual needs and shit. And I think that comes from like religion in the Bible and shit, because it even said in the Bible that Eve was made for Adam, which basically would subconsciously make them think that women were just made for men's pleasure, which is not okay. Because here's the thing, like, I don't approve of just using a woman at all. I don't approve of yelling, hitting a woman, none of that shit like these motherfuckers do in these religions. Let a nigga say something. Oh, I hit a woman because Muhammad, bitch, I'ma smack the fuck out. I would smack the hell out of this nigga. And him and whoever he believe in will have to have a nice long ass talk. Cause that shit ain't okay. Like, the thing is, like, how you gonna treat, like, we need women, bro. Men need women.
But when he smacks her, he's hitting himself. Every time he hurts her, he hurts himself. So if we see each other as a reflection, he'll be able to. And this is nice that you come from the arena of knowing men like that, with a certain conscious awareness. How great is it to sit down with a brother and talk about the circumcision, which he doesn't know, or to talk about how maybe his hurt from his mother not being present or prioritizing another man in the house has made him dislike women.
And I was hurt. And I was hurt by mom.
Uh-oh, he got kicked out. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think he got kicked out. Sometimes
Hello?
Are you there?
Hello? Yeah, it kicked me. It kicked me.
You know, because remember, the energies is really matriarchy in here. So just, it could be the language. So just watch the language a little bit because it could be
Yeah,
the
my
energy.
bad. My
No
bad.
worries,
My
no
bad.
worries, no worries. I understand your communication.
Yeah. It's
But I think
like,
it's beautiful. I think it's
she
beautiful.
was.
And I love that you're protective of women. We need more of
Yeah,
you.
and
And
the thing, yeah, it's like the thing is like, as I grew up, I'm not gonna say I was perfect, but I did hit a woman once at 17 because she hit me first, but I still to this day regret that. Like I wouldn't hit a woman because I'm mad or like because she yelling at me and whatever. Like I tend to just walk away because it's like the thing is like as I grew up, I only fought guys. I always like just I never like bucked up to a female like I wanted to fight her. I'd never been that type of person to do that. So it's like, because like I always understood that women were valuable. I always understood that, and I'm not. And people will want to be like, "Oh, you're saying this just."
I think you left. It's the energy. Well, good for you, Master. Yeah, his energy. Yeah, because it was kicking out this energy a little bit. It's because there's a lot of hyper feminine energy in here. Frequency. There you go.
So they gonna keep kicking. Somebody gonna keep kicking me, huh? Right. All right. Well, so what was I about to say?
Well, you're just saying that, you weren't perfect and you did hold an altercation that was invoked by a female, but you understand and understand that you are strong as a male and it's unnecessary to engage with a woman physically. I think that's what you were stating.
Yeah, so, oh yeah, what I was about to say too is like a lot of the trauma when it comes to women stem from the men every time. It stems from the men every time because the thing is, it's like we remember that women used to rule, and since patriarchy has came over, and like men decided to overthrow the woman, that's when the trauma began. Because I'm pretty sure that women were not acting the way that men were acting. Men are the ones who started all the wars. They be the ones who be coming up with these military tactics. They be the ones with the barbaric religions. They be doing all of it. They be the ones doing this. I don't recall women like before when they were ruling to even like start these things.
Not
Like
to take
men
away.
have. I don't
Yeah,
recall.
let's not take away the fact that there were women that birthed those men. So as much as I can say, definitely the patriarchy is definitely the initiator in those wars. The mother that birthed the type of males that could be that savage is the question. So we could say which came first, the chicken or the egg. I can say that women aren't as non-responsible because a healthy, conscious mother who's heightened in her self-awareness would raise a man who isn't just protective, but is honoring of the earth and the space that he's around. So I do give responsibility to males, but remember those males were birthed by mothers who reared them. Okay.
All right, here's my question though. My question. How would she know that he was even gonna act this way? Because a baby when they're born, they're not born this way. They have to be taught.
No. But what happens a lot of times is, and there's a lot of culpability on both sides, but a mother is the first nurturer. She's the first love of her child, son or daughter. And in her lack of connectivity or her lack of nurturing can rear a child that is detached and sociopathic. So if you see a lot of times, especially in the urban community, I'm from New York, I've seen it, I know it. I would see a lot of mothers that weren't very loving to their sons because they didn't like the fathers. And that translated into these sons feeling neglected and not loved. And it translated in their lack of ability to connect to the women that they made love with. And then in itself, it could have turned violent or more physical. So the mother, though the father does create the environment that can be of help and hindrance, the mother is the initiation of nourishment. So if a mother is in a situation, she has the choice to love and nourish her children, regardless of circumstances or environment. I've been in poor countries where they don't even have a pot to piss in. And I see mothers love their children with nothing on their feet. And that love translates to loving young men that grow to be honorable and protected. So money is not an option. It's not an issue. So I hope that was helpful. But thank you, Master, for being Mastery, for being really for being a young sun star and very, very passionate about protecting it and also acknowledging the imbalance between men and women. I honor you for taking that stance, and I thank you. All right, y'all. So I'm going to have to end this Zoom with my beautiful YouTubers. I love you, love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much for joining us, Marsha D. Let me
Wait.
introduce Marsha D again.
I forgot.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
yes.
forgot.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Master.
I don't know why I keep kicking me. I forgot to mention I'm O positive blood type.
Ah, you're a protector.
Yes.
You're a warrior.
I forgot.
Yes.
So
Beautiful.
many positives in here
He's
tonight.
although positives came out tonight, we coming to war. We gonna rage.
Yes, sir. Draw your sword.
Dark Kabbalahs. We're gonna bring that light frequency, right? Let me behave myself. Marsha D, I didn't do it. I'm gonna behave myself, Marsha D. The 68-second rule is still there. Is it 68 seconds? I didn't violate.
Absolutely. It's 6 seconds, you start getting out at about 45 seconds, start shifting into another frequency that you want the brain to bring you more of, because every 68 seconds the brain resets itself at the present frequency. So if you're in an energy that you don't like you're bitching about your neighbor or something, spew it all out, get it out of your body, scream it, rage, or whatever for about 45 seconds, and then say, oh, I feel much better, or it's going to be okay. Just uptick your frequency however you can, because you do not want to reactivate that low unpleasant frequency, because the brain's just going to bring you more of it. So at 45 seconds, start wrapping it up and shifting out of it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Any final words to you? I'm just clearing out the room from, if you've checked in from YouTube, I'll clear you out, but if you can clear out and just hang up from here, I appreciate it, but I can clear you out as well. I want to say thank you to everyone. Happy New Year's. I want Marsha, if you have any closing words or thoughts for our amazing YouTube family before we go.
Oh, of course, I do. I have an opinion on everything. No, I just want to tell everyone that the water is just, so we are predominantly water, and you want your water, and I was noticing in the chats, people were talking about what they call it, kind of structured water. Well, that's exactly what we did. We restructured the water, and anyone can do it. And just make sure that the water that you bathe in, you be grateful for it. The water that you drink, give it gratitude, because it really does restructure the water, and that just elevates your frequency, and that's what it's all about. Get to the high. And for the people who are having issues and difficulties and stuff, I promise you, if you just get to your higher frequencies and you hold on to them, at the point where you start rolling in the high frequencies 51% of the time, you're going to have amazing experiences, because you're going to, law of attraction, attract high frequency experiences. If you're down in the lows, you can only attract low frequency experiences. So do all the things, all the tools that we talk about to get to the higher frequencies, and just sit back and watch. You'll be amazed at what will happen in your life.
Absolutely. What a wonderful YouTube we had tonight. I say we definitely should do this every once in a while. I think it's wonderful to connect the Mother Huppership with the zombies, as we're one family. We have the ones who are on the starship that come down every once in a while, and it's beautiful for us to connect to our YouTube family. I want to thank everybody for coming in today. Now, for our zombies who are actually from Patreon, I'm asking you, if your name is not C-Star in the thing, if you can exit and come back in, because if I remove you, you won't be able to come back in. So anyone who's originally from the Zombies, I need you, if your name is not C-Star in the chat, I need you to exit, and then you can come back in and use the chat and the link when you come back. Okay? Because if I remove you, I'm not going to be able to bring you back in. Okay, so everybody who's in the chat that does not have the name C Star, remove yourself and then come back in, and then I'll reinsert you.
That's
Okay.
me. I don't have C Star, so I guess this is my exit.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No. You're fine, Marcia.
Oh, okay.
Rainbow. Is that our Rainbow? Rainbow, you're from Rainbow. Is that our Rainbow? Rainbow? I don't think that's our. Is that a Rainbow? Rainbow, are you from the Zumbi? Is that our Zumbi Rainbow? I'm not sure. Michelle, I know Michelle. Akasha, you're from are you from
Hello,
Zoom?
can you hear me, Fleur?
Yes. Oh, there you go.
This is Rainbow.
Okay, Rainbow. Okay, you're fine. And Akasha,
Yeah,
you're from the group as well.
sorry.
Akasha?
I had put my earbuds in.
Okay, that's fine. Akasha, you're from our group as well or no?
What did you say?
Akasha, are you from our original Zumbi group or are you from YouTube?
No, I'm from YouTube. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from YouTube. I tried to come in before when you had a activation.
Yes,
before,
yes.
So,
Oh, you did.
Yeah, but I couldn't be on that meeting. I just want to ask, are you going to have another activation?
I will
someday?
probably will do something different to that, Akasha. Did you not come for the activation? Did you?
No, I didn't. I couldn't come in that time because I live in Sweden, so we have different time.
Oh, you're in Sweden. Okay. Is it
Yeah.
late by you now, or do I have you up at the crack of dawn?
It's 5 in the morning.
Only the Zumbies would do that. Poor Akasha's like, listen, it is rising over here. I'm with you crazy girls. The rising.
The sun is rising over here. So
yes.
Well,
I'll definitely
join.
do.
Everybody should join Zoom and come back because it's so exciting to have new energy and new questions and new experiences. Come back. We want high frequency people because we are building the high frequency power base. We're gonna kick some ass.
So Akasha, you know, if you ever get a chance to come join us on Patreon and just come on the group, we're always on, like usually Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, but I change it to Saturday, Sundays. We're always on. So that way, and I'm trying to make it earlier so our European family are not staying up truly being zombies beyond what you should be. Because, you know, I know our family in Europe is like, come on, Fleur, and you know that we're like 5 to 6 hours earlier. Come on now.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely make an announcement, Akasha, but come and join us anyway every once in a while over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I try to. Thank you,
Mama. All right, Mama. Have a great day because it's early for you. Have a great day.
Yeah. I will
Bye,
take
Mama.
some tea right now. So.
Bye, Mama. Okay, so I'm going to let's make sure. Did I clear every? Okay, we're gonna Valerie. Wait, Starsheen. Anyone who is from our original group, because if I remove you, I can't let you back in Zoom later. So if you were from originally the Zumbi group, exit now, and then I'll let you in when we go over to our Mother Hugger ship.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm going to.
You're saying that all of us who are from the with C Star, we should leave?
You're fine. Yeah, C stars are fine because I identified you, so I can see you.
Okay.
No, yeah, she's saying the
okay.
C stars stay, and the ones that don't have the name C star have to go from YouTube.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. Okay, so let me give a thank you and to everyone who joined us today. Again, we want to wish you a happy, blissful, amazing New Year's. Thank you for joining us. I thought it was so magical. I loved your energy. I wish everybody well. Enjoy this amazing new year. I hope that we basically allowed for a feasible energy exchange. We healed the waters of the planet, which I thought was so masterful. And this won't stop with this one time. We're going to perpetually keep doing it until we are able to heal and regenerate and uplift where we exist. Okay, we're going to be the change we want to see in the world. Okay. So I love you, YouTube. Thank you again. Please thank our guest, our special guest, Marcia D, for again coming on here and assisting us.
Love you.
Thank you, Marcia. Thank you, Marcia D. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Love you, everyone. Take
Thank
care.
you, Marcy.
Thank you,
All the
Marcia
Zumbies say bye.
D. Floor,
Everyone,
love you
all our
guys.
Zumbies say bye to your YouTube family, Zumbies.
Bye, YouTube family.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.
Bye, YouTube.
Bless.